In this video, we're going to take a look at the 2024 cashbook, Analysed cashbook and ledgers question. So it was question 17 and it reads, Clean Cosmetics Limited is an organic skincare retailer located in Dublin. To further increase sales, they have recently launched an online store. Part A of the question said, complete and balance the Analysed cashbook of Clean Cosmetics Limited for the month of May 2023 using the information below. So you can see there they have on the 4th of the 5th they sold goods, on the 9th of the 5th shareholders invested capital into the business, on the 12th of the 5th 2023 they paid telephone and broadband, on the 17th of the 5th they purchased goods for resale, on the 26th of the 5th they paid wages, and on the 30th of the 5th they sold goods. And you can see there that they had amounts including VAT as well. So 15,000 plus VAT, 10,000 plus VAT, 2,300, and then 18,000 plus VAT, 23%. So you have to work out the VAT amounts there. So you're going to have to fill in the Analysed cashbook, and you have to do part B then of the question as well, which is post all totals and balances from the Analysed cashbook of Clean Cosmetics Limited to the relevant ledger accounts below. So you can see all the T accounts there. So first of all, I would say work out the VAT amounts. So into your calculator for the sold goods in the 4th to 5th, I would type in 15,000 multiplied by 23% or multiplied by 0.23, and that will give you €3,450. On the 17th of the 5th, the VAT, they already have that calculated for you, so you don't need to calculate that again. And then on the 30th of the 5th, they have 18,000 plus VAT, 23%, so that works out at €4,140. So let's get started with the Analysed cashbook. So on the 4th of the 5th, they sold the goods. VAT was 3,450. The amount was 15,000. So altogether, it would be 18,450. So that's that first one done. So we put 18,450 under the bank. We put the sales amount exclusive of VAT under the sales, 15,000. And then we put the VAT, 3,450, under the VAT. Then we have on the 9th of the 5th, 2023, shareholders invested capital into the business, 12,500. So the 9th of the 5th, capital under bank, we have 12,500. Under capital, we have 12,500. On the 12th of the 5th, paid telephone and broadband, 1,700. So that's on the money out side. So 12th of the 5th, telephone, 1,700 in the bank and 1,700 in telephone and broadband. On the 17th of the 5th, 2023, you've got purchase goods for resale, so that's money out, so we'll put it on the right hand side, the credit side for the money out. 17th of the 5th, so the purchases amount was 10,000, the VAT amount was 2,300, so the total under bank there, 12,300. On the 26th of the 5th, they paid wages, 14,000. So 26th of the 5th, details as wages, 14,000 under bank and 14,000 under wages. Then on the 30th of the 5th, 2023, sold goods, and it had VAT there, 4,140, and the amount was 18,000 and plus VAT 23%. So the VAT was 4,140. So on the 30th of the 5th is the date. The details is sales. 22,140, which is the total amount, goes under bank. 18,000, which is the VAT exclusive figure, goes under sales. And then 4,140, the VAT amount, goes under VAT. So just remember, the debit side, the left hand side, is all money in, and then the credit side, the right hand side, is all money out. And you'll know that anyway because they will have these items labelled, or they seem to do that in the questions. So you shouldn't have any problem knowing what side is money in, what side is money out. Okay, so what we have to do now, we have to tot up the two sides. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to just calculate how much is this bank and how much is this bank. So we have that the left hand side, the debit side, the money inside is 53,090. The credit side, the right hand side, is 28,000 euro. So it's quite obvious there that the left hand side, the debit side, is the bigger side. So what we are going to do, we're going to write the bigger figure, the 53,090, into both sides, okay, under the bank. So it's very important that we do that. Now, what we will do now is we will say, okay, just tot up all the other columns as well to just see how much they've received or how much they've paid under each heading. And then what we need to do, we need to say, okay, what is the story here? So the debit side, the left hand side, equals 53,090. Okay, so this here all does equal 53,090, but here this does not equal 53,090. So we know that the bank amounts there only tots up to 28,000. So what would we need to add to 28,000 to get that side equal to 53,090? So we would have to add 25,090 euro to that side to get that equal to 53,090. So on the 31st of the 5th, the balance carried down was 25,090, and then we bring that down on the debit side, 25,090 on the 1st of the 6th, balance carried down, brought down. So that's the Analysed cash book fully complete. Okay, so we just have to be very careful about the VAT amounts. Okay, we have to be very careful to calculate the VAT properly, and then we also have to be very careful that under the bank columns that we have the amount including the VAT in there. With regards to the sales and the purchases, you want the amount excluding the VAT, and then in the VAT column you just put the VAT. So that's very important to remember that. Okay, so now we have to post all totals and balances from the Analysed cash book to the relevant ledger accounts below. So these are the T accounts. So very, very, very easy thing to do if you just remember that everything on the debit side, we are going to record it on the opposite side in the T accounts. So all of these recorded on the left hand side here in the Analysed cash book are all going to be recorded in the right hand sides of the ledgers of the T accounts, and everything that was recorded here on the credit side are going to be recorded on the debit side of the T accounts. So let's get started. So we're going to take the sales first. So the 33,000 for the sales recorded on the left hand side here, we're going to record that on the right hand side here. So we're going to use the last date of the month, which is the 31st of the 5th. We're going to write bank because it's come from the Analysed cash book, and then we're going to write the 33,000 amount. So that's the sales done. Next we're going to do the VAT, 7,590 euro. So again, it's on the left hand side here in the Analysed cash book, so it's going to go into the right hand side in the ledger accounts. So the account is VAT, so it's just the name of the column. So the names of the columns here are the names of our T accounts. Okay, so the VAT account, it was on the debit side, the left hand side in the Analysed cash book, so it's going to go into the right hand side of the VAT account here. So 31st of the 5th, sales 7,590. Okay, so that is the VAT. So we are writing here sales because it is VAT on sales. Everything else apart from the VAT account is going to be called bank. All the details, under the details, it's going to be bank everywhere else. Under the VAT account, you're either going to write sales or you're going to write purchases. And so it just depends whether it's VAT on purchases or VAT on sales. Okay, next then we have capital. So the capital account there, it's on the left hand side of the analysed cash book here. So it's going to be recorded on the right hand side of the capital account. And again, 31st to the 5th, the details is bank. Okay, so every account apart from the VAT, the details is bank, and it's €12,500. Next, we'll go on to the right hand side, the credit side, and we'll look at the purchases account. So the purchases account is €10,000 here. So it's also recorded on the credit side, the right hand side. So now we're going to record it on the left hand side. So here we have purchase account, and it's called 31st of the 5th, and the details is bank, and then the total is €10,000. So then we have VAT. So VAT, €2,300. It's on the right hand side in the analysed cash book, so we're going to put it on the left hand side in the T accounts. That VAT is attached to purchases, so we are going to write in the VAT account 31st of the 5th, purchases €2,300. So you can see whatever side in the analysed cash book it is, we're just recording it on the opposite side. Next then we have our wages. So our wages was 14,000. So it's on the right hand side here of the analysed cash book, so it's going to be recorded on the left hand side of the T accounts. So wages account, recorded on the left hand side, 31st of the 5th, the details is bank, and the amount is 14,000. Then last but not least, we have telephone and broadband, €1,700. So it's on the right hand side of the analysed cash book, so we're going to record it on the left hand side of the T account. And again, the date is 31st of the 5th, the details is bank, and the amount is 1,700. Now, so just to remind you, all right, sorry, this here should be purchases account. Okay, so purchases account. All right, so yeah, I had it here, but here it said sales by accident as well. So that is definitely the purchases account. So purchases. So just to remind you, we have the T accounts fully complete now, right? It's very important for you to notice that the details in every other account apart from VAT is bank, because everything has come from the analysed cash book. Okay, all of the dates is just the last day of the month. Okay, now the only thing that's different is the VAT details, and we're just writing whether it's VAT on sales or VAT on purchases. So we've everything done here. All of your accounts are pretty much done apart from the VAT. So you can see in the VAT account that there is a debit and a credit amount. What we're going to have to do, we're going to have to total this all up and get ourselves a balance. So just like what we did in the analysed cash book, we are going to have to balance that out. So we look and see what the bigger side is. The biggest side is 7590. So we put that on both sides, and then we just have to make sure that both sides equal 7590. So at the minute, this side equals 7590, this side doesn't. So what we need to do to the left hand side, the debit side, is find out what we need to add to make that side equal 7590. And that figure is 5290. So you've got 5290 there is your balance carried down on the left hand side, the debit side, and then you're going to bring the balance down on the 1st of the 6th, 5290 on the credit side. So that is all of the ledger accounts complete there. And that is that question complete.